Hey guys! Those are our peeps. Don't say to your designer or contractor, well, Jonathan can do it in 45 minutes.
Be a decor boss.
Yes, we are. I agree.
Design your own best boss. Be a decor boss. Click the link to join Decor Boss today. Are you ready to become the decor boss you were born to be? Kick back, relax, grab some popcorn and Prosecco. Let's join our host, Christi Tasker, and meet today's Decor Boss TV design mentor.
Invite her to Decor Boss. I love those earrings, by the way. Got them from the art show. Those are amazing. They're cool. Those are so not too bad. Yeah, I actually lost one at my daughter's wedding in the yard, and someone found it. It was crushed, and I went back to the artist, and she fixed it. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode whatever it is of Decor Boss. We don't even know. All I know is we have an amazing decor boss with us here today. We have Suzan, who is the #1 designer of the year for Decorating Den Interiors, which is a franchise company for interior designers that everyone should know about. So Suzan, welcome to Decor Boss, and thanks for joining us, especially last minute at market. So I literally just pulled Suzan in off the street and said, "You're the franchisee of the year, and you're the decor boss of the year. We have to have you. We can't. There's no way we can have the Property Brothers and everybody else without Suzan." Yes, absolutely. So you're learning from the best today. So Suzan, I just have to ask, how did you become the decorator of the year? First of all, what does that mean?
It's quite an honor. It was something I didn't expect. I mean, I did win 3 years ago, and then I won again this past year. So to win twice was just pretty utterly amazing.
Wow. There's over 200 franchises.
Yes.
In North America.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
So she's won twice, everybody. Okay, so please listen up. So we're going to find out some great tips from Suzan here today, because obviously she knows something that we don't know. So Suzan, okay, so you for winning Decorator of the Year, we know it's an honor, but what do you have to do to get there?
It's a lot of hard work, and actually it really boils down to listening to your clients.
Really? Okay.
Yes. Yeah. It's listening to your clients and giving them the dream room that they had hoped for.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so within, I've heard dream room several times today, and I feel like a lot of people probably have no idea what dream room is, or it's a contest, right?
Yeah, it's a competition.
Competition amongst all of the Decorating Den Interiors franchise owners?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so you have to submit, how many dream rooms can you submit?
As many as you want.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, that's pretty amazing.
This past year I submitted 10, and I won in 5 of those, which is pretty amazing.
Wow.
I was pretty excited about that. And plus the designer of the year.
5 rooms?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So, okay, not only we have a 2-time winner, but 5 rooms. Come on. Okay, so tell us, what are you doing differently than maybe your peers even in Decorating Den?
I think that it really is following your gut on the design and following what really is going to give your clients the room they want. If they tell you they're traditional, you don't want to give them what they already have,
right?
Because they don't need a designer then.
Yeah.
So why give them what they have?
Right.
So I really try to take them out of their comfort zone. So this room that I won was actually a kitchen.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's a really hard space to design.
Yes, it was. And it was a very large kitchen with a dining area and a sitting area, and we had to redesign the fireplace. I mean, it was pretty involved. It's on a lake, but they didn't want it to look, seashells and all the usual suspects. So we had to give it a lake look effect without it really
Okay.
literally being literal.
Nice.
Literally.
Yeah. No theme design.
Right.
So
right.
is that one of your things? I feel
Yes.
like a lot of designers, especially our future decor bosses coming up, in the group, so they're asking a lot about theme design.
Yes.
Do you feel like theme design is maybe a thing of the past?
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Because it's not going to really stay around for a while.
Right.
So what do you recommend for people who maybe want themes in a room? Like, let's just say, they want to appease their kid and have like a favorite character, whether it's a Disney character. How do you do that? How do you get around
We
that?
incorporate that. We incorporate the colors of something that they love. So if it is Disney, Mickey Mouse, that type of thing, we'll incorporate the colors and a few little tidbits of it without it being literal.
Okay, gotcha.
So
like maybe adding in the stuffed animal or
right. But then having their favorite colors and textures. So even again going back to this lake house, it was textures and colors versus let's live at the lake house kind of with a sign.
Yes. I remember I was a designer from 99 until 2009.
Okay.
And I had this little boy, and I love him. Like, his name was JT. And one of my favorite clients, Lisa, and I know, Lisa, I love you. She gave me so much, like, authority in their home. And so we found out that JT loved Animal Kingdom.
Okay.
At this whole safari at Animal Kingdom is like his favorite. He's like 2. So we designed him the most sophisticated Animal Kingdom room to the point where she's going, this doesn't, this is not like little boy enough. And I'm like, no. He'll see it. Yes. He'll see it because it's like very Disney-esque, and he got it like right away. But there was nothing that said Animal Kingdom in the room.
It's not literal.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't have to be. So you can think outside the box.
Right.
So whatever you do, go and look at Suzan's portfolio and see how she does this. And maybe we'll splice some of the images in this video so people can see your winning kitchen.
Yeah.
And so tell us about the cabinets in the kitchen and seeing exactly like how did you work around, like did you do all new cabinets, all new countertops, everything? Yes,
we started out thinking that we could just paint everything and make it look better.
Okay.
And we realized that the placement of the islands were incorrect. The overhang didn't even allow for stools to be underneath.
Wow.
The walkways, everything was really off.
Just not functional.
No, not functional. It was a very, very large space, and it had a very tiny pantry. So in the wrong place. So we rearranged everything.
Did I just see this featured? Did your kitchen just get featured?
Yes.
It did! Oh my gosh! We'll post the link below.
Yeah.
The kitchen is
and bath-
amazing.
kitchen
I
and bath
remember.
business
Because you did like
magazine.
2 islands or something,
Yes,
right? In the
yes,
kitchen.
there's 2 islands.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Yes.
Okay, so tell the decor bosses exactly like what should the extensions be on in order to be able to incorporate bar stools underneath an overhang. What do you normally recommend?
Well, you have to have 12 inches really for an overhang to really, accommodate the stools. I mean, that's a minimum. There was 9 inches on this, and it was too close to the coffee bar.
I mean, if you think about it, you can't even put a plate on 9 inches.
No, it was really a wasted
Yeah.
space, So, and then we had a cleaner plane, so we didn't have a 2-tiered breakfast bar. We kept everything at one plane. And then one of the islands, we painted a deep blue to bring in some of that lake effect without it being literal.
Nice, yeah, exactly.
So we kept all the cabinets white, whereas the previous ones were cherry.
So dark.
Yeah. I redesigned the fireplace with a local brick called Cream City Brick in Milwaukee.
Oh, really? Okay.
So I actually picked out the brick and then we had it veneered to design the fireplace.
So you went the surfacing. Okay, so tell us a little bit about surfacing selection, because I feel like a lot of people don't really go out enough to like source local products.
Right. So as far as the fireplace, it was a cherry surround. It was just a very dated look. And again, it's right on a lake, so we wanted a lake look. So I actually went to a local brickyard and walked through. And what they do is when buildings are demoed, they take the brick.
Yeah.
And I selected which brick I wanted, and then they veneered it. And and we used that for the fireplace. And then the clients wanted a light and airy look, but they have 3 children, so they wanted something that was functional. So we went with a nice light quartz countertop.
Okay.
And white cabinetry, with exception of the one island that we did in the blue.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit about the when you sourced and veneered the brick. So a lot of people may not understand exactly what that means. So can you explain to everyone exactly what veneering brick means?
Yes. So it was muddy winter, and I literally walked through the yard, and they have the different piles labeled from what buildings they came from in Milwaukee.
Okay.
And from our town, and I went through and I looked through the brick to find the right color, because the client was very particular on what colors she didn't like, the wife.
Okay.
So I just went through the stacks of brick and I selected, and then they veneer it. I'm not sure if it's a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But then my mason would tell me how many corner pieces he needed to wrap within the firebox.
Nice.
And we did it that way.
So did you have a general contractor that you worked with for the project?
Actually, no.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
So how did you had to manage the entire process yourself?
I did, as well as the cabinet maker.
Wow.
So the
You guys
client,
did a great job
the
together.
client asked us to general it.
Oh, wow.
He did not want to have a general,
Wow.
and so we generaled the whole project.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Electrical, plumbing,
Mhm.
everything involved.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's
yeah,
amazing.
So it really was.
And so what was the biggest challenge that you had to endure?
Not having a general.
Well, you do that again. Yeah. Will
I
you
actually
that
would
again?
do it
You would
again with the right trades.
Okay. Gotcha.
You know, I mean, we did have really good trades, which makes a huge difference. You know,
Yeah.
the cabinet maker was phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he knew his stuff. So you got to have good trades to really make it work.
Yes, you do. Yeah, without those guys, your house could burn down.
Yes,
because you have no electricity.
And
or the plumbing pipes can just like burst and go everywhere.
you can really run into a lot of.
And we have to be careful of that too with insurances in some states.
Yep.
You know, the regulations in some states, because like in Miami, you can't do anything even in your own condo without a GC. So,
right. In Wisconsin, you can.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
So it's a little bit different in each state.
Yeah. So make sure you check with your state regulation to make sure you don't need a GC. Otherwise, you'll be like me with an apartment in Miami that, it's a little. That's a whole other story. Anyway, you will not have a beautiful kitchen left like Susan.
Yeah.
So you submitted these photographs to Decorating Den.
Yes.
And what do they do with those photographs from there?
They actually put them out they have a judging panel, and they put them out. I don't know if it's a CD or they send them a link, and they have a judging. And I had entered 10 rooms, and I really...
For 5 out of 10?
Yes.
You got 5 out of 10 rooms?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't even know if I'd win anything. So I thought, maybe. I mean, the kitchen looked great, but you never know what they're looking for.
Yeah, or even what some of your peers may have done this
You
year,
don't know
right?
what your competition is,
Yeah.
because competition is phenomenal.
Yeah.
So you have no clue how you're going to do. And I just like having professional photos.
Yeah.
So we did the photography for our portfolio, and then we submit them. And then you wait.
And then how do you hire this photographer? Like, how do you go about hiring photographers? That's one of the questions that a lot of our decor bosses are wondering. You know, like how do you really get those really great portfolio shots?
I've been working with my photographer. It's a husband and wife team, and I've been working with them for about 10 years. And we actually work as a team.
Okay.
So we actually do. They have an iPad set up, so you can actually look at the shot right as it's taken,
That's so
which
important.
is huge. But we also take time. I have an assistant, and we take time ahead of the photo shoot to determine what we need. So do we need a dish of bakery? Do we need flowers? And so we work as a team, and we look at it and see what is going to look good.
Staging the shot is key. Matter of fact, we posted.
Paramount.
Yeah, it is. It's like, if you don't take time to actually actually stage the shot, you're not going to get anywhere with it in today's environment, whether it even be social media or editorial. Like they really want everything done because their budgets are so slim that they don't have.
They want to use those photos.
They do. Yeah. And so basically you're not only the designer now, but you're also the stylist.
Yes.
So if you'll look in the feed below and you'll even just search photography, you'll see a lot of the great content here in Decor Boss.
class is about photography and like how to stage and style. What are some of the other tips that you have? So you go to bakeries, you
always fresh flowers, fresh fruit. One suggestion the photographer had was laying some flowers on the counter with the scissors.
Yeah.
That we just fresh cut.
It looks lifestyle,
Yes.
like it's just happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, we really try to think of those kinds of things that are natural and organic and something that would normally be in a shop.
Yeah, maybe even the pillow, like not so perfect
Not
on
perfect,
a sofa.
exactly.
Yeah. I mean, you can take your perfect shot.
Imperfect perfection.
Yeah, exactly. and how many different ways do you shoot a space? A lot, right? Yeah. So that's another thing that I think a lot of people don't understand is, like this pillow may be, you may have your karate chop and one
and then it doesn't
shot,
you
and
think
then
it's
the next one
great.
it looks like the dog is like lying on it, or so you can do it a million different ways. Just have the photographer, once they get the shot set up, take it as many ways as you think you're going to need it.
Right. I mean, sometimes we think it's going to be this awesome shot, and then they take it. Yep. It's like, oh, that definitely doesn't work. And so we have to and so that's where a good photographer comes in, where he says, let me try it over here.
Yep. Absolutely.
And the main shot that we ended up using was actually going to be an alternate shot.
Yep.
And he stood up on 3 steps on a landing to take this shot. I'm like, oh, that's it.
Yeah,
as soon as he took it.
Yeah. And a lot of times your photographer, you can share, like, let's just say you're trying to get in Domino or a specific magazine with a specific look.
Yes.
You can take and share that with the photographer so that they understand, okay, this is the kind of look I'm going for.
Mm-hmm.
My style is really this, and I really want in this magazine really badly. Help me get there.
Yes. You need to work with a photographer that is willing to do that. And what I say to my photographer is, you're a professional at what you do. I'm a professional. So he understands that it's my shot.
Yep.
But I also take his feedback on
absolutely.
what will and won't work.
And then lighting. Can you talk a little bit about lighting and how you guys light your shots?
Yeah, he does bring in artificial lighting. He does bring in the umbrellas. We go back and forth on, do you have the pendants lit? We've talked about that before. So that to me is one of the issues. But we try them both ways. And we really do try.
Yep. Try it different ways always.
I mean, there might be.
You can get some great gifts out of things when you're trying them different ways too. So that's a great way to create those gift shots. Lights on, lights off. Make the lights look like they're going on and off.
Yeah.
Like in shots, and which creates great video content for social media. Right. And then it also gives you the shots that you need for your magazines too.
Right. So we might take 30 shots for one.
So that's one reason I think Decorating Din has been able to, you've been featured so many times too, because of your great photography.
Yes.
For the different projects.
100% believe that.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you would recommend, like for, helping designers really get to the level that you're at with Dream Room and other contests and publications?
I think you have to listen to the client, but you also have to go outside the box. Pretty much 100% of the time. Again, I'll say it again, if they're looking for traditional, you don't want to show them what they already have.
Yes.
So what I hear 99.9% of the time is, if I would have looked at that lamp or piece of art or whatever in a store, I would have walked right by it, and it's perfect.
Yes.
And that's what I love to hear. That they can't see the individual pieces.
That's what they're hiring you guys for, is to make sure to put together all those pieces that they can't really see on their own. They don't. Most clients don't understand scale, materials, like what's where do they really need to spend their money?
What works with what exactly?
Yeah, because you can not everything needs to be organic wood. Because if you start putting the same textures together, then
mixing textures, finishes, colors,
they're totally relying on you for that.
Right.
So what with photography, let's actually go back a little bit on the photography. Okay. So when you're doing an install, do you do the photography right away? How do you?
We try to set it up as soon as possible after the install.
Okay.
Partly because everything's fresh.
Yes.
We prefer not to have the client there.
Okay.
Because at this lake home we were doing several rooms and we were there 10 hours.
Yes.
And we had a van full of accessories and plants and flowers and fruit and bakery. So it's really a little difficult to have the client there.
Yes.
So we actually waited until they were out of town.
Okay. Yeah, that's a great.
And of
that's
course,
great. Yeah.
approved by them.
Yeah.
You know, we had the code to get in.
Do you do the same thing for accessories? I mean, whenever you're going to do an installation, are the clients ever there while you're installing?
Sometimes they are.
Okay.
You know, we prefer they aren't, but sometimes they are. It's a little more difficult.
Yeah.
Because we really do want to surprise them.
Yes.
And we like to try different things.
Yeah.
You know, so we've done it both ways for an actual install. But for the photography,
That's
they've
awesome.
been there, but we do prefer that they're not there.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, clients.
And
if
I
you're
will
listening.
say, I do have to say, when they've seen the photographs afterwards, if we've added things for the shoot, again, 9 times
I was
out
going
of
to say,
10,
did they
they'll
keep
say,
it? Did they keep them?
"Hey, that looks amazing. Can you bring that back?"
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, like with artwork, does that
Yes.
really work for
Yes.
you? And because I mean, there's this fine line of sticking to their original investment or
Right.
budget.
Yep.
And like not making them think that you're trying to take in, put in too much.
Right.
And maybe you want to show that $5,000 or $20,000 piece of art
Yep.
above the fireplace, but their entire budget was $20,000 for the room. But yet you also want to feature this artist, which all editors love to do.
Right. Exactly.
And so that's a great way to kind of make it happen, because you never really know what their investment might be, because a lot of clients may consider art a separate investment than
and art
their
is
actual
subjective.
home. Yes, it's all subjective.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's really awesome. Well, thank you so much for your advice.
Thank you,
Susan.
Christy.
Yeah, and I hope that you'll come back on Decor Boss with us.
I will.
And educate some of these newer designers coming up, or
happy
even
to.
some of our own designers here in Decor Boss and future Decor Boss groups. Thank you so much for joining us, and please do follow Susan. We'll make sure that we post her link to her portfolio down below so that you can go check that out. And thanks again for joining us.
Thank you.
Click the link to join Decor Boss today.